You know, you fight like a Fremen, like a desert dweller. You fight with your soul. And yet, this will strike you as amusing. There are some who say that you arrived in an Imperial liner with the Lady Elara. You have perhaps some hidden talents? Well, no matter. The Duke will give you an opportunity to prove your loyalty. You will overtake the Harkonnen mining camp in the Imperial Basin, and you will persuade the Harkonnen to leave. And Commander, the Duke is watching you. Be very persuasive.
Hello and welcome to Dune 2000, and this will be Atreides mission 2. As we are told, we are going to persuade the Harkonnen from leaving the area, which we are going to be engaging. The mission briefing text warns about sand mounds, or spice mounds even, which are small wart-like things on the sand that if you hit them with a unit or shoot at them, they will blow up into a explosion of spice, basically. I'm fairly sure that I didn't bump into any on this mission, but they are definitely present in other missions. Certain units will die from it or blow up from it, but most units can survive the explosion. So in this mission we actually get to build some offense, which is always nice, and we have access to the outpost, which is a radar that will give us the minimap. Something that's not entirely uncommon from the Command and Conquer series, and of course something that was used in the original Dune 2 as well. So the good old process of laying down concrete slabs.
Construction complete.
And build a wind trap. Certain structures are connected to each other, which of course, I mean, if you're not familiar with Dune 2, you would probably know it from Command and Conquer, but it was definitely also a factor in Dune 2. Where you need to build certain structures to unlock other structures. The wind trap is necessary to build any buildings, so that will always be the first building you have to have available to build.
Construction complete.
And depending on the mission and the tech level, various other buildings will become available as you build various other buildings.
Construction complete. Building.
Just getting all the concrete out of the way.
Orders confirmed. Yes, Commander.
Construction complete.
It actually takes up quite a bit more space than it did in the original game, but so be it.
Construction complete.
Going around scouting the map, looking for spice, and see if we can find some units to engage.
Yes, Commander.
Building.
I should probably talk about the unit balance between the houses. I mentioned that in the Amiga overview video, but if you haven't watched that video,
Commander. Yes, Commander.
Atreides units are considered to be the average units. Others units of a similar type are considered to be slightly weaker but slightly faster,
Building.
and Harkonnen units are slightly slower but slightly stronger.
Construction
That effectively means if you are fighting against Harkonnen as Atreides, any unit engaging another unit one-on-one, a similar type unit I should say, will always lose the engagement. There's no
complete.
random crits. There's no whatever. It is fixed damage that they will do to each other, and because of the fact that
Building.
Harkonnen units do slightly more damage and have slightly more armor, they will
Construction complete.
beat any Atreides or Orders unit on a one-to-one basis.
Unit lost.
Commander, let's go.
Getting a little poke attack from the western side. Suppose can't be helped. Of course, waiting for refineries to be built.
Let's go. Yes, Commander. Yes, Commander.
Trying to save my trike, but that was
Let's
a
go.
bit futile. Of course, it was already damaged,
Unit
but
lost.
you will definitely notice that one-on-one Harkonnen will win every single time. Which of course is a bit annoying when you're not when you're playing against them, but it
Let's go.
is a bit nice when you're actually playing that house.
Construction complete.
A bit undecided as to where to put that refinery, and decided to put it closer to the spice. It saves a little bit of traveling time. It's not much, but it can make a difference. So we finally start getting an income, so we can
Commander, let's
afford
go.
building the other buildings and units.
Construction
We'll need another
complete.
wind trap because the raid outpost requires a significant amount of power. The barracks and the light vehicles factory are not too draining on the power, but the radar definitely drains its fair amount. And just like in the other games, whether it's the original Dune 2 or Command and Conquer, if you run out of power, your radar switches off. Since your radar provides your minimap, you probably want to
Construction complete.
try and keep that at a sufficient energy level.
Construction options. Building.
So now we can start building trikes.
Building.
And in case anyone's
Orders, sir.
watching this thinking I could have optimized that,
Construction complete.
that is very true.
Building. Construction
In
complete.
Dune 2,
Unit ready.
when you build two
Building.
light vehicle factories, you could
Building.
produce two light vehicles at the same time.
Our
But
base
in
is
this
under
game,
attack.
attack from the west again.
Reporting.
Yeah, well, it's cleared out.
Let's go.
In this game, definitely something that was taken from Command and
Unit
Conquer.
ready. Unit lost.
If you build multiple of the same production
Our base
structures,
is
or
under
unit
attack.
producing structures, I should say,
Construction complete. Building.
you will select one primary building. The first one you build will automatically always be the primary building, but any subsequent building
Building.
of a similar type you build will
Training.
decrease the production speed.
Unit ready.
It has its ups and downs. Being able to produce two units at the same time will always be faster than being able to produce one unit slightly faster. But I suppose from a overall game balance point of view, it is more fair that way.
Unit ready.
And that being said, if you have the space, resources, and desire to do so, and you can build for heavy factories when you get access to those, you can start spitting out units at a quite a quick rate. So
Unit
Um,
ready.
it all depends on how much you feel you want to invest.
Orders, sir. For the Duke.
Unit ready.
Standing by. Commander. Reporting.
Money's not really going to be an issue in this mission, so start scouting out and see if we can find
Building.
out where the base we're supposed to
Building.
clear out is located. But just want to make sure that I can actually store the spice.
Construction complete. ready. Building. Building.
It's actually quite funny. I can talk for hours on end, but if I start reading up from a book or start doing commentary like this, my voice starts
Unit
cracking
ready.
relatively quickly.
Building.
Anyway,
Orders confirmed. Orders confirmed.
poor guy. Yeah, he's Harkonnen. I suppose 5 vehicles against 1 man is not entirely fair, but
Unit ready. Building.
Wormson again.
Standing by. Yes, Commander.
The men will happily do some blink damage against it, but I want to make absolutely sure I know where it is at all times, because
Unit ready.
I don't particularly want to lose my harvester. And it's decided to move closer, so just, you know... Oh, it disappeared. Coward. No, it didn't. No, it just doesn't seem to be able to decide what it wants to do, but if it moves over there, I can start harvesting spice. Further away. That's perfectly fine.
Worm sign.
It's probably finding my
Unit ready.
infantry extremely scary.
Standing by.
Or not.
Orders confirmed. Orders confirmed. Let's go.
Scouting out the map.
Orders confirmed.
You are supposed to destroy all Harkonnen units
Orders confirmed.
in this mission, so basically
Yes, Commander.
you want to scout around to see if there are any units located in awkward places, which there can be.
Yes, Commander.
This game really likes to show individual units and corners and things like that, just to have you waste time trying to locate them when you have a mission where you have to destroy all units.
Let's go.
Obviously, if you have a mission that only requires you to destroy structures, then
Let's go.
it doesn't really matter, but
Orders confirmed.
Unit
Yeah.
lost. Unit lost.
more Harkonnen being
Base is under
blocked off.
attack.
This time you have a bit more defense, but I mean, considering the fact that
Lost.
we were quite heavily outnumbering them, they still managed to take down one of our vehicles.
Building.
A minor thing that I forget early on in the earlier missions is the guard mode. If you select a handful of units and you put them in guard mode, they will actively seek out
Unit
enemies.
ready.
And if you just let them stand there idle, they have a bad habit of just looking at the enemies, passing them. What? Double checking.
Unit lost.
A winter vehicle, that's usually a defensive vehicle, so we must be close to whatever base they have, and indeed,
Orders confirmed. Let's go. Orders
that is their barracks, and if you get rid of that, they can't produce any more infantry, of course. It takes a bit time to whittle it down using light vehicle machine guns, but get it done.
Commander. Yes,
Just sending in some more vehicles just to speed up the
Unit
process.
ready.
One thing I've noted when you blow buildings up, it's probably the staff or crew or whatever in said building tend to
Standing by.
be 1 to 3, maybe even 4
Orders confirmed.
soldiers after you blow up a building. And if you are blowing up buildings with tanks, tanks are not very good against infantry. So if you are not mindful of it, you can actually have an infantryman with his rifle thing blowing up a tank. I mean, a full health tank against an infantryman will eventually shoot him down, but if you have a somewhat damaged tank, you'd be surprised how often you can lose them. Construction yard gone. I can't remember how prevalent it is in this version of the game, but in the original Dune 2, the computer has a very bad habit of, if you blow up a structure, to rebuild the structure, which is perfectly normal for these kind of games, but it can place the building whether you have your units there or not. It doesn't really care. So if you have a bunch of expensive units on a tile or on a location where it will place a building, it will happily squash all your units, placing the building on top of them. I don't think that is the case in this game, but I can't honestly remember. Base is gone, so just a bit of mopping up.
Let's go.
It shouldn't be long now.
Let's go. Yes, Commander.
Where are you hiding?
Let's
Oh,
go.
there you are. Ten out of 10. Being brave.
Unit lost.
Still lost a vehicle.
Mission complete.
And of course, good old rating. Beat myself by 3 points. Hooray!
The Atreides consolidated their land.
Thanks for watching. Take care. See you next time. Bye bye for now.